place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should go. Get set, go, take off. Tell me where you wanna go. North Pole, East, West, baby, I'll go anywhere. We'll take a plane and take a boat. I don't really care, just as long as it will get us there. Cause I wanna see what's above, I wanna see what's below. Just tell me where you wanna go. You can name the place, yeah, you can name the time. We can leave it all behind. No stop or rewind. Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should go. Get set, go, take off. We can leave it all behind. Why? Before we running out of time. I can see us both flying around, chilling in a pool right by the coast. I can see our clothes down on the floor. I can see it all, baby, we should both get set, go, take off.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. Tonight, the NEXXTCAR Truck Series heads for the first time ever to a dirt track for the Season 3 All-Star race here at Bristol Dirt. The All-Star break comes just 1 week shy of the halfway point of the season. Last week at Kansas, Ronnie Norman got his second win of the season here in Week 7. Norman and Jenks have been the class of the field this season, but there's still a long way to go this season as we still have 9 points-paying races left here in Season 3. But tonight, there are no points on the line, just bragging rights. With no points, it's checkers or wreckers, baby. It's time to go racing, and it's time to get dirty. This is the NEXXTCAR Truck Series, and this is Bristol Dirt. It's Bristol, baby.
It has to happen. Gotta prove myself. It has to happen like this, like this.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR Truck Series here at Bristol Dirt. It's All-Star break, ladies and gentlemen. These drivers, no points on the line, just a bunch of bragging rights. So NEXXTCAR, we called in the dump trucks, we called in the excavators, the backhoes. They have brought in all the dirt they could find here in Bristol, Tennessee, and they have put it on this track, a half-mile track here full of dirt here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It is the first ever dirt track these drivers have ever gone to in the history of the NEXXTCAR Racing League, folks. And you can see it. David Chandler in practice has been doing nothing but throwing slide jobs on these guys, sliding up in front of them, taking out their front nose. These drivers know no points on the line, just bragging rights, beating and banging on each other. You just saw right there through 3 and 4 that last time. But folks, these drivers know what's on the line. No points, just bragging rights. And everybody wants to be the one to be able to claim they won the first and only dirt track race ever in NEXXTCAR history. But folks, we are 7 races into this season. This one would be the 8th, but obviously it is not a points paying race. We still have a long way to go in this one, folks. We still have 9 more points paying races for these drivers this season. This is the longest season ever in the history of the NEXXTCAR Racing League on iRacing, or back in our previous era on NASCAR Heat on PlayStation. So these drivers, they're in for the long run this season. They wanted a longer season. They were saying 9 races, 10 races is not enough. We need to do better. We need more races. And these guys, we gave them the longer season, and they have showed up this season, folks. These drivers, every single one of them, have improved tremendously this season. I cannot believe the amount of improvement that these drivers on the track have made from this season dating back to seasons 2 and 1. You know, season 1 was a little rough, but we were all brand new to iRacing. Well, this season, these guys have stepped up to the plate. They got what they asked for. They promised that they would do better, and these guys have done better. But you can see the trucks have disappeared. It is qualifying time here at Bristol Dirt. Things are running a little late tonight. I'm not sure exactly why it was pushed back, but the gridding will start at approximately 9:25 p.m. Eastern. That is when the gridding will start, and the green flag will drop shortly after that. So these drivers from 9:15 to 9:20 are going to be putting down a qualifying lap. The schedule does not change. They still only have 2 laps to put down their best time here tonight. So these drivers don't have much. A lot of these guys don't have dirt experience. So we are in for a good one tonight here in this one, folks. It's the All-Star race. Checkers or wreckers tonight, baby. Let's get up your race information for tonight. Season 3 Truck Series All-Star race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby, for the Bristol Dirt All-Star race presented by HVAC Designs and W Energy. HVAC Designs is owned and operated by our own Matthew Erickson. He is our race controller for the truck series, and he drives out there on the track on Mondays. He paints all these beautiful trucks you're going to see tonight, most of them, and most of the cup cars you will see tomorrow night for their all-star race. So Matthew Erickson does a fantastic job for not only the league, but anyone else that is interested in getting a paint scheme. So if you're interested, comment down below, hit myself up, hit up Matthew Erickson, and I will get him to you, or I will get him to you and get you guys a paint scheme of your choice. But it is a half-mile dirt track tonight here, folks. Your air temperature, 80 degrees Fahrenheit with a 67% humidity, partly cloudy skies under the lights of Bristol, Tennessee, and 2-mile-an-hour winds. That ain't going to play a factor tonight, folks. But that track temperature, it's not going to play a factor either. 75 degrees. It's dirt, baby. There's no grip anywhere. These guys are going to be beating and banging. They're going to be sliding everywhere. You thought the slide jobs were big at Kansas last week. Well, folks, buckle up because it has nothing compared to what you're going to see tonight here on the dirt track. Like I said, most of these guys out here do not have dirt track experience. So this is going to be fun. This is going to be interesting. And without points on the line, well, who knows what's going to go down tonight. We might come out of Bristol, Tennessee with some folks a little upset with each other in this one here. But hey, who cares, right? Just bragging rights is on the line. What am I kidding? Everybody wants to win this race. Everybody wants to get that title of winning the first and only ever dirt track race that these truck series drivers have ever went to in the history of NEXXTCAR. That might not sound like a big deal, folks, but it is a huge deal. Bragging rights are everything in racing. And when you get that one up against your rival, well, that can create some momentum, and we have got a lot of racing left here in Season 3. 9 more points-paying races, folks. So these drivers, bragging rights and momentum is everything as things are just starting to heat up in the points race. But folks, before we get into this episode, huge shout out to all the fathers out there. Happy Father's Day here on this Sunday night in 2023. We got a lot of dads here in the league, so happy Father's Day to you guys. Happy Father's Day to my own father. 27 years. My birthday was 2 days ago. I'm sorry, on Friday. 2 days ago, I turned 27. So for the last 27 years, my dad has been a Father's Day for myself and then my sister and everything. So happy Father's Day to Dad. Love you. And yeah, let's get some racing here, folks. Let's get your ticker up for tonight's qualifying. I'm not sure if anyone's even really put down a lap. I'm just kidding. Everybody's put down a lap. Hold on. We got position 11 showing a couple of different names. Let's just go ahead and fix that real quick. There we go. Reload the overlay. There we go. Folks, right now, Stephen Henning, the guy from up north in Canada, putting down an 18.87 right now, claiming the pole with Jenks in second. Jenks, the 3-time winner this season here in the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Well, he's going to be looking to start second with Schultz third, Don Francisco fourth, and Ronnie Norman is going to be rounding out your top 5. Give me 1 second here, folks. All right, folks, and joining us up here in the booth is Nicholas Trudeau for the second week in a row. What's going on, Nick? I didn't even know you had joined, man.
Good to be here, Ronnie. I'm looking forward to this race and getting ready to go. I'm going to be doing the booth with you, but also doing race control as well tonight. So kind of doing a double duty on that end. So I'm looking really forward to this race, and first race on Bristol Dirt, as you were saying. So should be a really fun, exciting race. Really looking forward to that.
Yeah, absolutely. And, to add to not only this being the first ever dirt race, well, a lot of these guys out here tonight don't have any dirt experience in iRacing or in real life. So this is going to be very interesting. I was listening to these guys earlier, mostly Chandler. David Chandler, he was talking about just how slick this track was getting. So these drivers, you're going to see it as the track progresses. Yes, you don't exactly lay down rubber, but you got to find where that cushion is. And you're going to see these guys ripping the top there. And, you're going to see them fighting for that top. So as I mentioned, last week at Kansas, we saw a lot of slide jobs. Well, this week, there's going to be a lot more.
Yeah, no, I was doing some practicing of my own just to see how the track was earlier in the day. And it was really, really, it's a lot better than it used to be. And since they updated the dirt physics on all the cars, it's a lot better. So really looking forward to the different lines that these drivers take, and I think there's going to be quite a few slide jobs going on tonight. Just running it so far into the corner, sliding up in front of people, I think is going to be something to look out for, because that's going to probably lead to some cautions. So I think they just need to give each other some room and run their own line, and just try to hold the line is the issue. The truck just wants to slide up the track. So look forward to just door banging. No, Truck Series puts on a great show, but now you're racing on dirt, it's a lot different. And there's definitely some door banging going on, and fenders will be used tonight for sure.
Oh, absolutely. And, these guys with no points on the line, just a bunch of bragging rights, you can guarantee there's going to be a lot of door banging tonight. These guys have nothing to lose. They're just all in it for bragging rights. And, it's like I was talking about, bragging rights mean everything right now. We're getting ready to head into the second half of this season. We're just 1 week shy of being at exactly the halfway point, as we just completed week 7 out of 16. So these guys, things are just now starting to heat up. So bragging rights right now, just short of the halfway point, mean everything in racing. You can build that bragging rights into momentum, and especially coming out of here, because when these guys look at the schedule, Nick, well, guess what? Next week, the dump trucks are coming back and taking all this dirt off of Bristol, and we're right back here at Bristol Concrete.
Yeah, it's two totally different tracks, and it's crazy to go from one to the other. But let me hop into the drivers meeting quick, and I'm probably going to get it going in a minute or so. So I'll be back up in the booth in a sec.
Copy that.
Thank you.
But there you go, folks. You just heard it. Next week, when these drivers come back to NEXXTCAR on next Sunday, they will be right back here at Bristol, Tennessee, but the dirt will be removed. The asphalt will be back, and these drivers, the bump and run will be back. You're probably not going to see too much of that here tonight. Like we talked about, it's going to be all about slide jobs. Slide jobs are going to be the way to get past guys tonight. You're going to have to drive it in deep on the bottom, slide up in front of them to the outside. And another phrase you are going to hear a lot tonight is ripping the cushion. Now, what that means is you are riding up against the outside wall, riding that high line, because that is where you keep the most momentum. You can keep your foot down in the gas longer, get more traction. You can keep the momentum through the high line versus being down on the bottom line where you're going to bog out the engine a little bit more. So that high line, ripping the cushion as it's called, is going to be the way around Bristol, Tennessee tonight. These drivers know that. They're going to be fighting for every inch they can on that high line. And folks, these drivers are going to be putting on a show tonight. This is a race that I am looking forward to, and I cannot wait to see how this thing plays off. Nick mentioned it, cautions. Well, I hope he's wrong. I hope we don't get a whole lot of cautions tonight. I hope we can get some green flag racing, because, folks, you can see it. The ticker has ticked over. It is time to go racing here for 120 laps tonight here, folks. 120 laps here in your all-star race. What'd you say we jump down there and talk to your pole sitter, Steven Henning, real quick? Let's go ahead and jump down there and talk to your pole sitter in that number 78 Red Line Toyota. Oh. Looks like they're still possibly doing race control here, so give me a second. Actually, let me change. Give me 1 second. Let me change the UI here. Give me 1 second. I see it's all zoomed in. There we go. That way the iRacing down there in the bottom right corner definitely isn't as big as it was. So we're just going to wait till they get done with their drivers meeting. Then we're going to head down there and see if we can't get in and talk to Stephen Henning here. You know why they're doing that? Let's go ahead and let's get your grid up for tonight's race here. Stephen Henning going to grab the pole for tonight's all-star race north of the border up in Canada with Brendan Jenks, your 3-time winner, in second. Austin Schultz is going to be starting in row 2 with Don Francisco. Norman and Chandler making up row 3 with Peyton Tullock and Cole Larson behind them in row 4. Row 5 is going to go to the way of Christopher Thomas Jr. in 9th and Camden Jester in 10th. Give me 1 second to get the grid over. There we go. 11th is going to go to the way of J.D. Larson with Bo Cock on his outside. A-Bar is going to round out 13th with Cole Owens in 14th. Toby Kelsey 15th. And then obviously I am not racing tonight, so 15 drivers are going to be hitting the track here tonight for the All-Star race. 15 drivers. We are in for a good one here tonight, folks. Are they done with their talking? They are not. All right, let's get in there. Once Nick stops talking.
Tonight, don't be stupid and get pissed off at one another. Like, it's just a fun race. It is an all-star, of course. Everyone wants to win it, but it's first time on dirt, so I'm expecting you guys to get into each other.
Can we please try to keep it clean, though? Like, no intentional sliders into the wall.
Not sure if they're going to stop talking in time for us to be able to get down there and interview Henning or not.
That's all I wanted to hear. Thank you, Nick.
Stephen Henning, it's Ronnie up in the booth. You got me, buddy.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. How you doing tonight? Coming out here in the first ever dirt race here at NEXXTCAR Racing League, and you're going to grab the pole tonight.
Nervous as all hell, I'll tell you that.
All right, buddy. Well, it's about time to go racing. Good luck tonight. Put those nerves behind you, and maybe you'll park that thing in victory lane tonight. Good luck.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, folks. The pace truck is going to be hooking the hard left this time out of turn 4. The field side by side behind him. Stephen Henning, for the first time ever in NEXXTCAR Racing League, is going to be leading the field back to the green flag. Green flag's in the air here at Bristol Dirt. It's Bristol, baby, for the Season 3 All-Star race, and down and away they go. Don Francisco already getting into the back of the 56. Caution is out for the first time tonight. Cole Owens is going to bring out your first caution of the night. Let's go ahead and let's back it up and see what happened here to bring out your first caution here on lap number 1. This could get very interesting. Looks like several guys involved in this one. Looks like at the start of the race, Alberto Abar maybe spun the tires a little bit. You can see his truck getting a little sideways. Oh, no, the 11 does. Cole Owens just spins the tires all by himself. Alberto Abar just an innocent bystander in that one, folks, here on lap number 1, just after taking the green flag. Well, this could get very interesting here tonight. They got a long way to go here in this one, just on lap 3 of 120. Nick, you back up here. Waiting to see if Nick is going to be...
Yeah, I'm back up here.
Right. Yep,
kind of doing the race control right now. So they're asking for 1 to green. So we're probably going to be going 1 to green this time by.
All right. Well, lap 1, first caution. It looked like Cole Owens just got on the gas a little too hard in that transition off that high banking onto the straightaway here in the dirt. It's very easy to do. break the rear loose, and right around he went and collected Alberto Ebar, who's just an innocent bystander. But you see it, folks. Like Nick just said, we are going back racing this time.
Yeah, I think it's just a big adjustment from what they're used to. So, getting on the brakes a little too hard, or if you turn it a little too much going into the corner, or get in the gas too early, you're going to spin it. So you got to be really, really gentle on the throttle, because the truck just wants to turn a lot once you get into the throttle here. So just take your time. And
tell you who's
just
not
one
being
lap.
gentle with that gas is David Chandler. I don't know if you saw that, but he was immediately looking 3 wide on the outside. Though not a Cam Jester, he's up into the outside wall there out of 2. You're going to see a lot of these guys getting into that wall. And now Peyton Tullock into 17 in the middle, 3 wide, but they're going to get that sorted out. Camden Jester right back up into the outside wall out of 4. But we have got a side-by-side battle for the lead out front. Nick heading outside. Jenks inside, your 3-time winner so far this season. He's going to slide job, maybe heading backed off because he didn't know where that 81 went for a second as he disappeared. And that's going to open up the door for Schultz on that outside. Oh, watch out. Larson's going to get down to the inside, and around is going to go Schultz for your second caution of the night. We saw that happening. Let's back it up and see what happened there to number 56. He just got up in that outside, and Larson, he was already on his inside. Nothing erratic, no slide job or anything like that. Just the 56 got loose and came right across the nose of the 20.
Who am I clearing for black flags?
Let's go ahead and jump inside the cockpit of that number 20, Cole Larson, and let's see what exactly he saw from his point of view here as they were heading through turns 3 and 4. You can see Owens in the 56
Who else am I clearing for
on the
blacks?
outside. Well, he's going to get loose on his outside and comes right down across the nose. Larson not able to see him in time and react, and right around went the 56. But just before that caution had come out, folks, Brendan Jenks, your 3-time winner this season, was able to just clear Henning. Right before the caution came out, he was able to clear him off of turn 4, and he is your leader here on lap 9 of 120. 2 cautions already. Well, these drivers got a long way to go in this one. But your top 5 is going to go Jenks, Henning, Larson, Norman, and Don Francisco. David Chandler, he's going to be the one to watch tonight in that number 1. We've seen it already, both restarts, just gunning it on that outside. He's going to be back on the outside starting in 6th. So this is definitely something that we're going to be having to keep an eye on, is his restarts, making it 3 wide. I said, guys, no points on the line. It's checkers or wreckers for these guys tonight, and they are already showing it. But
Yeah,
Pace
it
Truck
did that to me before, but
hooking
now
that
it
hard
just
left
let me,
back
so
onto
I don't know
pit
what it's
road.
doing.
We're going back racing this time. Green flags in the air here on lap 10. And
New to this
Jenks
whole thing, so bear
continues
with me.
to have internet trouble here in this one. Hey, Nick. Never mind, he got it figured out. Oh, nope, he's disappearing. He's disappearing a lot. But holding his own. Cole Larson's up into the wall. He's going to lose a bunch of positions. He's going to keep it going straight. We stay green. No, they're not. David Chandler's going to go around. Christopher Thomas involved as well. The 56 of Schultz is going to go around for the second time tonight. We are under caution for the 3rd time tonight. And that all started with Cole Larson getting turned into the outside wall. Actually, yeah, that did. Right here. Chandler just cuts it down and then loses it when he guns it up to try and keep it going. Christopher Thomas, nowhere to go, runs into the back of him, takes him around the rest of the way. Well, Nick, we are 13 laps into this one and already on our 3rd caution here tonight.
Yeah, this is this is rough to begin with. So hopefully they can get it straightened out here. I think once they get it, I think it's just a truck series thing. No, they have the cautions at the beginning and then they kind of settle in. So I'm hoping.
Every week.
Oh, yeah, it's like that every week. So
For the
I'm
last
hoping
3
they'll.
seasons, it's been like that every week.
Yeah. So I'm hoping. No, give them a few laps to get strung out and settle into a line and get into a groove here, and I think they'll be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And someone I want to talk about here is the driver, the number 12, Steve Bocock. That is going to be the man to watch tonight. You know, I've practiced with him on the dirt back in the 410s, sprints and everything. Exactly here at Bristol. And the dude is bad fast in dirt. You know, in the 410s, we were running the big block modifieds. We did I don't remember what the other series was we did. But the man is a wheel man on dirt. So I think Steve Bocock here, as this race progresses and everything gets figured out and these guys can, get a rhythm, like you just said, that 12 truck could be finding himself up front. I mean, who knows? Henning grabbed his first pole. So, I mean, this could get very interesting with these guys. You're going to find out just who is good at dirt and who is not. Nick must be doing some race control stuff, but they are getting ready to complete lap 16 here of 120 under caution here this time. So the lights on that pace truck should be going off this time as they come out of turn number 4. Bristol's a very unique track, folks. It has 2 pit roads. Let's go ahead and get it off.
Green here, Ronnie.
Brendan
Yeah,
James.
I was doing race control stuff, so just bear with me. Schultz is on pit road and he's 2 laps down right now. So he got shoved down there during the wreck, so he is 2 laps down at the moment. So next caution, we're gonna give him a few waiver rounds to get caught back up.
Absolutely, and that is the great thing here about the All-Star race. I mean, no points on the line. Get everybody back on the lead lap. Keep everybody going. You're seeing this, folks. No damage tonight. So these drivers don't want anyone to get disqualified or anything like that. It's just a fun race, and right now, Brendan Jenks is having all the fun in the world out there leading the way. I know the guys behind him with that internet connection aren't having fun trying to guess where he's going to be here out of these corners, but another guy that's having a lot of fun is the 6 of Norman. Kelsey as well, +9 positions since the drop of the green flag. That is your biggest mover of the race right now, +9, as Bocock's going to get turned hard into the pit road barrels. Steve Bocock is going to get it down on the pit road. Caution's going to fly for the 4th time tonight. Let's back it up and saw what happened. You saw it at the top of your screen. Just drove it in a little too deep, and right around she went. Right there, got into the slick patch, and the 20 just nowhere to go, and hard into the barrels at the pit wall entrance goes the 12. You see right there for a split second he has damage, and then because no damage, the game immediately fixes it. Steve gets it fired back up, and down pit road he goes, heading to his pit box. So no harm, no foul, I guess, there for the 12. Unfortunately, he is going to go probably a couple laps down here, but like you heard Nick say with the Schultz, you see it there at the bottom of the ticker, 4 laps down, but they are going to be giving him wave rounds, get him back on the lead lap. It's a fun race, folks. Don't want anybody to fall out or anything like that. I don't know how much longer Jenks is going to be available. That internet keeps cutting out like that, but it is what it is. And unfortunately, with sim racing, folks, there is a lot that goes into this. Not only do the drivers have to be at their best of the best, their internet's got to be at the best of the best. The computer's got to be good. So a lot of different things go into sim racing. A lot of different things you have to rely on to go well. And that's just one of those things that when the car blinks like that, that is iRacing's form of lag. It is called netcode, where they disappear like that. So, I'm sorry, it's not called netcode. Netcode's something completely different. But that is iRacing's form of lag. But right now, Jenks leading the way here on lap 22 of 120. We got 98 laps to go here, folks. Hopefully, these drivers can get it figured out here. 4 cautions in the first 20 laps. That's a rough start to this one. But right now, Jenks, Don Francisco, Norman, Henning, and Tulloch, your top 5. Tulloch, +2 spots up there into 5th, while Henning has fallen 3 spots back to 4th in the Red Line Racing Throwback number 78. But back on the track is the 12 of Bocock going around to get, oh, they're going to be wrecking under caution. Yep, there goes Peyton getting spun. Not sure what that's all about. But the 17 is going to get spun out of line there. He's going to get it fired back up and going. I'm not exactly sure what these guys are doing, but they should be going back racing this time. Or, I'm sorry, the lights should be going off on a pace truck this time as they cross the start-finish line. Peyton's working his way back up there, getting back up into his spot. Nope, Peyton, drop back one more, buddy. You were in 5th behind Henning. There you go. Getting everything figured out here as the lights are going to be going off on that pace truck. This time you can see it. The lights are off on that Chevy Silverado, leading the field behind him to a side-by-side. Can we get it figured out, guys? Going back racing here on lap 25. Don Francisco trying to figure out that high line here before we do go back racing. Trying to figure out just what that high line is all about. Ripping the cushion. That's what it's going to be all about tonight. Using that high line to your advantage. That is what dirt racing is all about, especially at a bank track like Bristol Motor Speedway. But here it goes. The pace truck hooking that hard left. Back onto pit road, the field, and the control of the 81. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here on lap 25. The field slipping and sliding their way to the green flag. Here comes Norman looking to the inside of Don Francisco. Don Francisco goes back to the outside, gets up into the wall out of turn 2, saves it. Payne Tulloch's going to be on his inside. Ronnie Norman holding his own on that high line, ripping that cushion along here at Bristol Motor Speedway. You can see just how close he's getting to the wall with the right quarter panel. Keeps it out of the wall. Absolutely beautiful, brilliant driving by the 6 here on lap 26. The problem with dirt racing, folks, is you can do that for a lap or two, but it's all about consistency. How consistent can he be doing that? Great look at the field coming down the backstretch, heading into turn number 3, slipping and sliding their way around. Oh, and around's going to go to 13 of Alberto Eibar. Alberto Eibar is going to collect the 11 there. 13's going to get it fired up. He's going to get that Toyota pointed back in the right direction, and we are going to be under caution for the 5th time tonight here on lap 28, folks. But Brandon Jenks, once his internet catches up, there it goes, continues to lead the way here at Bristol Dirt. But folks, we're going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, as we're going to be right back to bring you more of the action here from Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby, and it's the All-Star Race. All right, folks, you see it going side by side here once again here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby. It's the All-Star race side by side. Brendan Jenks, your leader, taking the outside line here. Green flag is going to be back out in the air here at Bristol. Don Francisco does not get a good launch. Henning's going to take full advantage of it. He's going to go to the outside with the 33 at Kelsey to his inside. The 20 Larson goes in way too deep. He's going to take out Kelsey, who's going to major pile up on the backstretch. And that all started when Cole Larson just drove it in a little too deep, couldn't get the truck to stick, and right up into the left rear quarter panel of Kelsey, he went in the 33. Right here, he's going to drive it in a little deep, probably watching Chandler. And right up into the 33 he goes. The 33 is going to grab the 1, and mayhem ensues. Up and over goes the 20. And caution is out for the 5th time tonight. Sorry, 6th time tonight we have had a caution. But Ronnie Norman had just taken over the lead right before that one came out. Well, Nick, what are these drivers saying about this one so far?
I think they're just having fun at the moment. they're not mad at each other or anything, so there's no points on the line, so they're just having fun. But yeah, the 20, no, he said no, he kind of saw the 1 looking below him, so he drove it in a little deeper, and he washed up the track there. So
well, I'm glad to hear they're not mad at each other, because when racing goes like this, it's either they're not mad at each other or they're very upset with each other. There's no in between. So glad to hear that no one at this stage of the race is mad at each other. Let's go ahead and I'll ask you again here in about 70 some laps how these guys are feeling about it. But they're double filing right back up. So we are getting ready to go back racing this time. Going back racing here on lap 37 of 120. Norman, Jenks, Don Francisco, Tullock, and Thomas. Okay, apparently we're not going back racing. I thought they were going double file. The lights are still on the pace truck. Never mind. We are not going back racing this time, folks. But we aren't this time either.
they're going back green this time, Byron.
Copy that. They are going back racing this time. Norman, Jenks, Don Francisco, Tullock, and Henning, your top 5 with Thomas on the out or the inside of row number 3. Nick, are they doing the choose cone rule?
Yeah, I believe they Jenks was asking if we're doing it, and they've been doing it. So yeah, no, they're picking. I think he's been choosing the outside, wanting to get that run on the high side. So, and 18 gets into the wall, and they're already wrecking at the start.
Yeah, it's cool to see the choose cone rule being tried out here tonight at this All-Star Races. We're going to stay green here. Now the caution's going to fly just as things were heating up front. We had a 3-way slide through 3-wide slide through turns 3 and 4. But yeah, it's cool to see the choose cone rule being implemented. Hopefully, maybe that's something we can continue here. Definitely, it creates a lot of different strategy, and it can truly be the difference in a race. You know, like you mentioned, Jenks has been choosing that outside line, trying to get the big run off the high line. So, you know, if that's something that we decide to implement, I think that'll be huge.
Yeah, no, it's really cool to see that. And then just with the caution there, just the 18 got jacked up on the front stretch. Just not a good restart there. So everyone got checked up. So we'll go green here, 1 to go this time by. So
Yeah, you did. Well, the 11 start, I think that was a little bit of net code. Going back to that replay, the 11 on the inside got squirrely, and then JD and 18 JD Larson, that is just hooked a hard right into the outside. So I think maybe a little bit of net code probably played a little factor in that one as well.
Yeah, I think these guys just have to give each other a little bit more room on the restart, and
Yeah, absolutely. I think we might start a little rally here. You know, like how rally racing starts their races. The leader goes, then you wait a second, then the second guy goes, wait a second, third guy goes.
right?
Just
Yeah,
get a little,
give each other a
bit of
little bit
space
more
between
room.
each other. Yep. But Peyton
Well,
Tulloch
it's probably
slowly. Go ahead.
going to be going to go single file if we keep stacking them up. So, no, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully, they can just spread out here and get a longer run. We're a third way through the race, and it's been cautions. So, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Yep, already 7 cautions in this one. So, yeah, this could get interesting here. But these drivers know no points on the line, no damage or anything like that. So, why not just, go out there and have some fun, blow off some steam that you might have with some of these guys, and because it's a long season, you're gonna run into issues with somebody. When you race 16 weeks for points paying, 18 including the All-Star race and the Clash, you're bound to get into something with somebody at some point. So, it's cool to just see these guys go out here, have some fun, blow off some steam, race each other hard with no repercussions.
Yeah, it's something different, and it's good to do something different once in a while. No, we did kind of like an IndyCar race a few weeks back for a good cause, and now we're doing this all-star race. It's a little different, and they're wrecking in the back. Cole Larson.
Yellow.
Yep, Cole Larson's going to be able to keep it going straight, but Camden Jester is not in that number 09.
Yeah, the 09 got a little loose on the front and just turned right into Cole on the front stretch.
And that's something these drivers got. Well, he got into the wall there coming out of turn 2, but something these drivers are really going to have to learn here. And I know, we're closing in on halfway point, so maybe it's a little late to learn it, but still got a long way to go in this one. But throttle control, that is the biggest thing in dirt racing. You've got to get that throttle control down, as we're seeing some guys making pit stops. That's going to hand the lead over to Don Francisco. But throttle control is huge in dirt racing. No matter which line you're in, inside, outside, coming off the corner, down the backstretch, it doesn't matter. So that's something these drivers maybe just need to think about a little more. It's not like asphalt racing where you can just kind of gun it off these corners and the truck's going to go where you want it with the traction. Dirt racing, you're not going to get that outcome. So these drivers need to remember that and just think about some throttle control here a little bit. And I know that's easy to say being up here and everything and not being down there in that truck, but just something these drivers need to maybe kind of figure out here for the second half of this race, as we are on our 8th caution already. It's a good thing we don't do this every week, folks. It's a good thing we don't have 8 cautions like this every week in our points paying races. But if we did, Nick, I think this would definitely be a rough league. But these guys, it's like we talked about, in the pre-race. I was mentioning, excuse me, these drivers wanted longer seasons, and they promised to improve the racing. We gave them longer seasons, 16 races, and these drivers have made huge improvements this season. So we gave them what they wanted, and they gave us what we wanted, minus tonight. As Nick is doing race control stuff. All right. So glad I was talking to myself there. But these drivers closing in on 50 out of 120 laps tonight, just a little shy of halfway in this one. Don Francisco, due to pit strategy, is going to take over the lead here. Thomas second, Tulloch third, Henning fourth, and Steve Bocock, after that early wreck, is going to work his way back up to fifth here.
Green flag.
All right.
Green flag.
Green flag's back in the air here. Single file restart. I love it. get these guys a little spread out. Christopher Thomas immediately going to the inside of Don Francisco. He's going to take the lead. Don Francisco's going to come back down the track. Watch out, Tulloch. That's the inside wall caution for the 9th time tonight. Well, needless to say, single file did not make a difference in that one, folks. Let's back it up and saw what transpired in this one. You saw it firsthand, just nowhere to go for the 17. Don Francisco trying to give all the room in the world to Christopher Thomas. Gave him just a little too much room. Got up out of the groove there. That outside line probably not packed down too well. You can see just how sideways he gets. The 17 also gets a shove from behind by the 78 there, just ever so slightly. Right there. Right there. Gets him a little sideways, and then down comes the 48. Into the barrels he goes, and right around in front of the field he goes. So caution is out for the 9th time tonight here on lap 50. But folks, we're going to step away here once again here tonight. We'll be back here to bring you more of the action or more pacing laps, one or the other, from Bristol Dirt here for the Season 3 Truck Series All-Star Race. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back.
Trust what I'm given. My faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong? And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven, if you sent us down, so we can build a playground for the sinners to play as saints. You'll be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now for every mother and every child, every brother that's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the crossfire. It's caught in the till I get up. Time is barely on our side. I don't wanna waste what's left. The storms we chase are leading us, and love is all we'll ever trust. Yeah, no, I don't wanna waste what's left. And on we'll go, through the wastelands, through the highways.
All right, folks, lights are off on that Chevy Silverado pace truck. Christopher Thomas going to be leading the field back to the green flag here on lap 53. Going to tick over to 54 here when the green flag drops. Christopher Thomas leading the field back to the green flag in the air here. Heading second, Bocock third, A-Bar fourth, and Larson, J.D. Larson, that is, in fifth. Big spacing with these guys. Hopefully that means we can get some green flag racing here in this one, as that has definitely been a rare thing tonight. Side by side, Ronnie Norman on back. They're going to get it figured out. Watch out, Alberto. Here comes the 20 of Cole. He's going to have the 33 on his inside. Here comes J.D. Larson, power sliding his way to the outside, almost up into the inside of Alberto. A-Bar was the 20 of Cole Larson. Here comes Don Francisco in the 48. Oh, J.D. Larson's going to have to check up a little bit. Oh, Alberto A-Bar with a slide job, reverse slide job on David Chandler coming out of turn number 4. Alberto really trying to get as much. Oh, little bit of contact there. JD up into the outside wall. Here comes Chandler on the inside. Alberto trying to give him room. They're going to keep each other going straight. But we have got ourselves a battle out front between the 5 and 78 caution is going to fly for the 10th time tonight. These guys were doing great. I thought we were going to have our first green flag run of the night. But that is going to be short-lived of just 4 laps. Let's back it up and saw what happened in this one. Camden Jester up into the outside wall in this one. Actually, it happens way up in front of him. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. Right around Alberto Abar, this one's going to go down. This is where Alberto, oh, you see JD up into the outside wall. JD's going to come back. Oh, Alberto and the 81 make contact. Absolutely no fault to Alberto there at all. No fault to Alberto on that one. Because if you're watching, let's get on Alberto here. Let's zoom in, not zoom in, but let's get a little closer here. Here we go. Watch the 81. Brandon Jenks has been having internet issue all night long. He's going to disappear. Alberto has probably no idea he's there until it's a little too late. And Alberto was a little loose coming off of 4 anyway. But yeah, I mean, just a little bit of internet, not knowing where the next guy was. But folks, we are going to be ticking over to the halfway point under the 10th caution of the night. Christopher Thomas has been handed the lead under some pit strategy here. Excuse me. From St. Augustine, Florida here. A very long veteran of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. All 3 seasons here on iRacing and then many seasons over on Heat. So Christopher Thomas, a long-running veteran here of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Steven Enning joined the league here once we came over to iRacing, and he has made his presence felt very emphatically when it comes to the road course races, especially Canadian Tire last season. Had a shot to win it, grabbed his first pole ever, but right now running second here at Bristol Dirt. But folks, the lights are off on the pace truck. We are going back racing this time. This caution, the 10th caution, is going to split the race exactly in half. The field handed over to the control of the 5. Green flag's going to be back in the air here at Bristol. There goes Camden Jester right back up to the outside wall. He's going to keep it going around the side, around 20, around the 18, getting both Larsons down the backstretch. Perfect move by the 09 up into the outside wall. That's going to open up the door for Larson into 20. Cole Larson, that is, looking to his inside. Not going to be able to quite get there, heading down into turn number 1. Steve Bocock, he's got his hands full. Saved it out of turn 2. Great job. David Chandler's going to have to use the wall heading into 3 to keep that truck going straight. But we're going to stay green here on to lap 63 here, folks. Keep it going, guys. Steve Bocock slipping and sliding away down the backstretch. We have got ourselves a good battle heating up for the lead. Here comes Norman around the outside of the 78 now, looking for his next victim, Christopher Thomas in the 5. Oh, the 48 and 33 are going to bring out your 11th caution of the night here in this one as they got sideways out of turn number 4. Let's back it up here. Don Francisco just once again gets a little too high. And you can see just right there, his truck gets to the point of no recovery. Right down the track he goes into the barrels. And Kelsey, Toby actually did a really good job of locking it down, not getting into those barrels. Fantastic job on Kelsey's part. Let's go ahead and back it up here and see what exactly he saw coming into turn 3. Don Francisco right in front of him. Kelsey got the wheel, cranked hard left right there, heading into 3. And then you'll see the 48 right there just come down into him. Kelsey, great job, barely missing the the barrels right there. Great job by Kelsey locking it down. I know there's no damage or anything tonight, but a great job by him on locking it down and living to see another lap. Christopher Thomas here on lap 66 is going to be leading here under your 11th caution of the night with Norman, Henning, Chandler, and Bocock rounding out your top 10. Or I'm sorry, your top 5. The only guys out of this one tonight is Schultz in the 56. And obviously we're not racing. So 15 drivers tonight showed up for the All-Star race here on Bristol Dirt. Yeah, Nick must be being pretty busy doing race control stuff. I'm sure he's got a lot to do here with all these cautions and trying to get people back on the lead lap and everything like that. So he's gonna be a busy man right now, filling in for Erickson, who I believe is in the middle of moving right now. So that is why Matthew Erickson, who is normally your full-time race control here for the Truck Series, is not in here tonight, as he is in the middle of moving and just doesn't have everything set up yet. But running around in the the fourth position from Gainesville, Florida, is David Chandler in the number 1, working his way up plus 2 positions here to that 4th position. Running in the 5th position, Steve Bocock from Bridgeport, Illinois. He is going to be rounding your top 5 here, plus 7 positions. Your biggest mover, I take that back, your biggest mover is actually Christopher Thomas up at the front. So Steve, plus 7 since the drop of the green flag here tonight. But the lights are off on that Chevy Silverado, hooking that hard left, the control of the field back in the hands of Christopher Thomas. Green flag back in the air in this one. A lot of action right around Steve Bocock on back. Peyton Tulloch looking to try to crack his way inside the top 10. He's got Brendan Jenks on his outside in the 81. Brendan Jenks is going to really drive it in there deep. Let's jump inside the cockpit of that 81 of Brendan Jenks. Oh, the internet's going to cut out on him. Yeah, I'm not sure. He normally does not have big internet issues like this, so I'm not sure what's going on with that 81 tonight. But you can see Steve save it, buddy. Saves it way up on the high line. Keeps it going straight, though. Great save by Steve Bocock, riding along with Peyton Tulloch. Well, David Chandler up into the outside wall. He's going to keep it going straight. You saw the right side, or the right rear of that truck lift up off the ground. So big hit by the 1. But he's going to keep it going straight. Steve's going to keep it going straight as well. These guys, I think this might just be about the longest green flag run they've had all night. Out front, Christopher Thomas has a mirror full of the 6 of Ronnie Norman, who's going to have a mirror full of the 78 of Henning here. So the top 3 have really kind of split away from the field as Chandler and Jenks are running side by side for 4th. Henning thought about looking to the inside of Norman, thought better of it. Live another day here. Run that middle line. Continue to run your lane. Let them get up there and battle Thomas. Maybe slow each other down here. But they are going to continue to run bumper to bumper for your 3. And Jenks, slowly but surely, starting to close that gap to your front 3. But Norman, right now, really closing in on your leader, Christopher Thomas. Here comes Jenks to join the party. Let's jump inside the cockpit of the 1 of David Chandler and watch your 4 leaders out front. David Chandler, big cranking the wheel to the right. Now he's starting to close up to the back of Jenks, trying to close back up there to your leaders and make this a 5-truck battle. Big wobble coming out of 4. Trying to keep that truck going straight. Norman up into the outside wall through turns 1 and 2. Not quite going to open up the door for the 78, but the 78's going to open up the door for the 81. Here comes Jenks out of 4. No doing that time. The outside line, just way too much momentum there. Norman up against the wall, doesn't make contact, but folks, that is about as close as you can get to hitting the wall and not making contact. That is riding the cushion right there, folks. Great example of it as David Chandler's really falling back off the leaders now. Side by side for 3rd. Well, we got a lot of action heating up back here behind Peyton Tulloch, who's currently running in that 6th position. 6th, 7th, and 8th. You could throw a blanket over these guys. Tulloch Kelsey and Don Francisco. Kelsey drives it in there through 3 and 4. He's going to make the pass side by side. Lux up into the outside wall. Kelsey is going to take over 6, and here comes Don Francisco. But Tulux says, no, sir, I'm coming back for that one. Bringing the battle right back to the 33 of Kelsey. Alberto Ebar coming off of pit road into 13. And how
Ronnie, I'm
about
back.
this? Jenks has made the pass for second and now working on his next victim, Christopher Thomas.
Yellow.
And the caution's going to fly for the 12th time tonight. And Nicholas, Don Francisco is going to go around another multi-truck crash on the front stretch here on lap 81. But, Nick, that was the longest green flag run we have seen all night.
Yeah, it was really good racing too, and I was watching pretty much the same cars you were watching. I was looking up front, and then right when you cut to Peyton out back, and Toby and Cole, they all got stacked up there, but Ronnie Norman got in the wall after running the high side for a few laps, and he was making up ground, and then Jenks got around him after he got up into the wall, and now Jenks is running, I think, P2 right behind Chris, but I think Chris is coming down pit road now.
Yep, and there goes Alberto to get his one of his 3 laps back, so he should be back on the lead lap. How about Jester? Nick, you gonna give him a wave round? Or is he the lucky dog candidate?
I think
Jester showing 1 lap down.
Yeah, the 09 should be
oh, there he goes. He's getting his lucky dog.
Yep.
Okay. Copy that. But yeah, that was some great racing. We just saw longest green flag run of the night, and that was some good action. I mean, it's not like these guys were just laying back and running a regular Sunday night cruise. I mean, these guys were, slipping and sliding, jumping each other and racing side by side.
Yeah, they're getting after it, and just seeing all the different lines that these guys are taking. Just give me 1 second. I got to clear blacks now. So.
Yep, you're good. Yeah, like Nick said, the different lines that, these guys are running. I mean, you had Norman running that high line, ripping the cushion. He was making it work. And then you had Jenks running the bottom line. I did not think the bottom line was going to be as strong as that 81 of Brendan Jenks has made it look. But the man has been running and making that bottom line work, and I don't know how. That bottom line, normally in dirt track racing, the way around these tracks is the high line, ripping the cushion, keeping that momentum build up, keeping that momentum off of these corners. But the 81 at Jenks was doing a fantastic job of holding it down low, getting it to work for him, and making passes. Not only making passes, but making passes for the lead. But you see Henning, Thomas, Bocock, all giving up their top 5 running positions right now, especially Thomas. He was leading. Oh, and Alberto is going to run into the back of David Chandler, who just threw a block on Alberto trying to get his lap back. Just pulled up right in front of him. I'm not sure exactly what David is doing there. I guess he didn't really throw that big of a block on him. I thought right there he was trying to. But you can see right there, he swerves back out. Yeah, he does. He swerves right back out in front of Alberto. And that is going to take Alberto right out of this one. Not out of the race, but it is going to definitely hinder his trying to get laps back. So I'm not exactly sure what David was doing there. I mean, he should have known Alberto was coming to get his lap back and just decided to swerve out in front of him. So I'm not exactly sure what the thought process was there for David. It's a good thing damage is off and everything tonight, folks. This is the All-Star race, so these drivers have no damage. So fast repair is not a thing. Don Francisco's already about to get turned on the restart. Green flag's back in the air here on lap 87. Jenks is going to get away. Norman, Chandler, Kelsey, and Larson going to look to go 3 wide here out of 2. The 20 of Cole Larson's going to think different, but Toby, Kelsey, and David Chandler continue to run side by side with the 81 continuing to have his internet troubles out front. Chandler's going to clear the 1. He's going to drive it straight into the back, and Norman in around goes the 6. And that's going to take out everybody from behind. Up and over goes the 1 truck. Caution for the 13th time tonight. So these last couple laps have not gone very good for David Chandler in that 1. Not sure what he did under caution there with Alberto. Not sure why he pulled up in front of him like that to block him from getting his lap back. But then this time, well, he just drove it in deep into that one and just basically wipes out Ronnie Norman. Let's jump inside the cockpit of the 1 of David Chandler. He lifts, but in dirt, lifting like that doesn't mean a thing. Right around in front of the field he goes, and up and onto his driver's side he goes, gets it to roll back over onto the wheels, and fires it up and is going to drive away. But Alberto Abar once again involved in the carnage of David Chandler here at Bristol. But 30 laps to go this time here at Bristol for the All-Star race. Hey, what's up, Matt? Why aren't you out there tonight, buddy? But there goes Alberto getting his last lap back. He will be back on the lead lap as long as he stays away from the 1 of David Chandler. Alberto will be fine in this one. But your top 5, Jenks, Kelsey, Larson, Don Francisco, and Tulloch. That's a name we haven't seen up there in the top 5 much here tonight, and that's the 17 of Peyton Tulloch from Greenville, Tennessee. As you can see the sponsor link down there underneath his hometown of Bent Creek Kennels. The kennels owned by his mom and dad. If you guys are looking for some puppies, well, hit them up, as they sell all sorts of different kinds of puppies. But Peyton going to crack his way inside the top 5 here. Don Francisco is going to work his way back up there. Nick was up there in the top 5 for the early portions of this race and then started to fall back there a little bit, but now starting to work his way back up there with Jester working his way up to 6th. Camden Jester, now that is a name we definitely have not talked about much here in the top 5, top 10 from El Paso, Texas. Camden was involved in a couple early cautions here in this one, but hey, he's got that 09 pointed in the right direction. Up there in 6th position, right in front of Ronnie Norman and Stephen Henning, your pole sitter, who is currently from Lloydminster, Saskatchewan, in 8th. Not sure why his number isn't showing up, but it is what it is. But the pace truck hooking that hard left back onto pit road. We're going to go back racing here on lap 93. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here at Bristol. Here comes Ronnie Norman wasting absolutely no time getting to the inside and getting past the 09 to Camden Jester, running that outside line. But we have got a side-by-side battle for 3rd. The 48 inside, 20 outside. Here comes Norman on the inside of Tulloch. Steve Bocock going to save it off of 4. We stay green. Still side by side for 3rd. Here comes Norman looking to the inside of Tulloch once again to no prevail. That outside line just a little too strong. Now Norman's going to try to run that middle line, try and see what he can figure out. But now Peyton is going to be stuck behind the 2 running side by side. Now to the outside of Don Francisco. Here comes Norman. Here comes Henning. The back half of this field, all single file. The only side-by-side action on the track. It's not even side-by-side anymore, as they're going to get it figured out, as Don Francisco's going to fall in line in 5th. Tulloch's going to work his way up to 4th. Jester falling back big time right now, running that inside line. That's going to put Steve Bocock up into the outside line. He's going to come down the track. Watch out. He's going to take them both out. Your 12th caution of the night. Sorry, 14th caution of the night on the front stretch here, involving the 12 and the 09. Steve Bocock, you saw it. Just got a little too high, a little too loose, and right down the track he went. Camden Jester, just another innocent bystander here in the racing of Bristol Dirt. You see Steve right there just drives it in too deep up into the outside wall, gasses it up, and right down the track he goes. And Camden Jester goes around, and that is going to bring out your 14th caution of the night here in this one. But folks, we're going to step away here. Don't go anywhere, as we are going to be right back to bring you more of the action here from Bristol Dirt. It's the NEXXTCAR All-Star Race. What could go wrong in these last remaining 20 laps? Don't go anywhere. It's just now getting good.
I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. If you ask, that's a mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training.
All right, folks, the lights are off on that Chevy Silverado going back racing this time. Green flag's going to be back out in the air here at Bristol. The 20 of Cole Larson did not get going. That's going to open up the door on the inside for Peyton Tulloch. Tulloch trying to take full advantage of it on the inside of the 20. Side by side, Norman behind him. 20 laps to go here in the Season 3 Truck Series All-Star Race. Three wide, Steve Bocock taking full advantage of the mistake between the 09 and the 18. He's going to take advantage of it up to the 11th position. He goes Don Francisco right in front of him. Your last driver inside the top 10, but things are really starting to heat up front. Side by side, still the 17 and the 20 with the 6 behind them. How much longer is the 6 of Norman and the 78 of Henning going to patiently ride behind these two, as now they're going to get everything figured out, but the leaders really starting to pull away in this one. By about 2 seconds over third place is Jenks and Kelsey. Oh, watch out, Payne. Here comes Larson. Oh, load the back bumper of Payne. Payne's going to go around. He's going to save it out of 4. The 20's going to give him another shot heading into turn number 1. That's going to open up the door for the 6 to the inside of the 20. Now Norman's going to take the battle to Peyton. But, excuse me, but Cole Larson's going to say, nope, you got to get past me first, buddy. Here comes a slide job. Not clear. Norman's going to have to do some evasive action there to not slide up in front of the 20. But these drivers are putting on a show right here for third with 15 laps to go. Up against the wall, David Chandler in 8th, falling back to 9th. Now falling back even more, nope, still in 9th. Christopher Thomas has led quite a few laps tonight, trying to work his way back up front, getting a little loose there out of 2. And that is going to open up the door once again for the wanted David Chandler. But out front, folks, we are going to have ourselves a battle for the win here in this one. 13 coming to 12 laps to go this time out of 4. Kelsey's there, just waiting for a rare mistake by Brandon Jenks. Brandon Jenks has not made a mistake at all this season. 3 wins. He has got the most series wins this season, looking to add on to some bragging rights here tonight. Remember, no points handed out tonight, just bragging rights. But Norman has worked his way past Tulloch and Cole Larson. Henning has not been lucky enough yet. Peyton Tulloch's up into the outside wall. That's going to allow the 20 to get by him. Here comes Henning. Barely finally going to keep it out of the back bumper of the 17. They're going to keep it going straight, but things are starting to heat up here with 10 laps to go this time, folks. You just saw it switch over. Beating and banging back here for 5th. Henning and Luck beating and banging their way around the track. That's going to, well, Don Francisco's going to get up into the outside wall. I was going to say, if they keep doing that, that's going to open up the door for him and Chandler. We've seen how aggressive Chandler is tonight, and that is not who you want to get up there and play with, because he has not been playing nice tonight, folks. 9 to go. Out front, Kelsey has fallen to just over a second back. But now, Brendan Jenks running into some lap traffic. He's going to have the 09 up into the outside wall to deal with side by side in front of him. Alberto in the 18. Alberto's going to lose in front of the leader. Alberto keeps it out of the leader. Alberto's into the pit road wall. That's going to slow him up a little bit. Here comes Kelsey trying to get back to him. 6.5 laps to go this time. Still lap traffic for Jenks to navigate. The 18 of J.D. Larson. He's going to clear him. I know Kelsey was hoping that there was going to be some contact between Jenks and Alberto, but Kelsey not able to get the hope that he wanted. But Norman now pulling away from Larson and Henning as to Luck has fallen back to 6. 5 laps to go here in the Season 3 Truck Series All-Star race. Jenks wants to see everything but what we have seen the majority of tonight, and that is that yellow flag waving. 4 to go. Side by side out back for your top 5 position. Payne Tulloch's going to get really sideways halfway down the front stretch. But they were side by side for a split second, the 78 and the 17 battling for that 5th position. But out front, Brendan Jenks continues to lead the way with 3 to go. Kelsey, he's waiting for that 81 to run into some more lap traffic, because that helped him out a little bit, but just not enough. And look who is in front of the 81, the man that almost just took him out 3 laps ago, the 13 of Alberto Abar. 2 to go. Oh, he's sitting inside of Alberto. He caught him at a much better place this time, out of turn 2. No harm, no foul. The 81's going to clear to 13. He's going to come out of turn number 4. He is going to see the white flag for himself tonight. 60 miles, 120 laps, 15 cautions, and it's all going to lead us to where we are right now. Brendan Jenks, he has won the most races this season 3. This one will give him bragging rights with no points. Brendan Jenks is going to win the Bristol Dirt Race here for the Season 3 Truck Series All-Star, with Toby Kelsey in 2nd. Ronnie Norman had to battle here in the closing laps for 3rd. Cole Larson is going to bring it home 4th, with Peyton Tulloch grabbing the last top 5 position with a strong run from Stephen Henning. Well, that was not pretty at some points, but these drivers really figured it out there after the halfway point. You know, they got quite a few green flag laps in, so that was good to see for sure. Let's go ahead and let's get your race results up for this one here. Let's jump to Brandon Jenks and watch his burnout what we can, as Jenks' internet is still not doing great. But Brandon Jenks burning it down with the dirt here at Bristol Dirt. Let's get your race results up for this one here tonight. Brandon Jenks going to grab another win this season, with Toby Kelsey in 2nd, Ronnie Norman 3rd, Cole Larson 4th, and Peyton Tulloch rounding out your top 5. Stephen Henning, a very strong run from that man tonight. Excuse me. Getting that 6th position, David Chandler 7th, Don Francisco 8th, Christopher Thomas 9th, with Steve Bocock rounding out your top 10, with Camden Jester 11th, 1 lap down, along with JD Larson, and 12th, Alberto Abar 5 laps down in 13th, and then Cole Owens and Austin Schultz unable to finish this one here tonight. But Jenks is going to take it on to the asphalt pit lane here of Bristol Motor Speedway. But folks, don't go anywhere, as we are going to be right back to bring you your post-race interviews here tonight. Don't go anywhere, because there's going to be probably some hyped up drivers in this one. We will be right back.
That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right. I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay. We work hard, then we all play. Yeah. I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right. So I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah. One day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb. You know man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. An addiction to the fact that we're winning. Still we lack, something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Oh, yeah. That's the mission. Yeah. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just waiting, I'm creating. Yeah. Sometimes I think that I'm unstoppable. Yeah. Ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right. I swear to God that I could drop it, bro. Yeah. I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong. Let's break it down for a minute. I want the crown, I'm gon' get it. You hear me loud, man, I'm winning. Yeah, Charlie Sheen will be grinning. These ladies know that I'm sinning, and this is just the beginning. I'm closing in the ninth inning, there ain't no.
All right, folks, welcome back here to your post-race interviews from a very wild All-Star Truck Series race here for Season 3. Let's start off with your race winner and the 3-time winner this season, adding on with some bragging rights tonight. Brendan Jenks, what's going on, man?
Oh, it's going pretty good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. What a wild race for 120 laps we just saw tonight.
It was fun. I know I was having some connection issues for pretty much the whole thing, but I pulled off trying to fix it for a while and had to come back through the field and still couldn't get it to fix itself. So I don't know what was going on tonight.
Yeah, man, you mentioned it. You had a lot of fun, and I think a lot of people did tonight, and that was huge because, you know, when you get into these races that have, you know, this many cautions and stuff like that, people start to get frustrated with each other, and I'm glad to see that that is hopefully not an issue tonight.
No, I mean, I think, you know, us not being on dirt a whole lot, it kind of showed, but we, towards the end there, few good stints, you know, a few good long green flag runs, and I had a lot of fun trying to fight my way back to the front and had some some good racing with some pretty fast guys out here. So it was a good night overall.
Absolutely. Now, we're one race shy of being at the halfway point this season. We've done 7 races. We have 9 points paying races left. You're currently sitting second, 19 points behind Norman. What's it going to take in the second half of the season to get back up there and battle with him for this championship?
Well, it's gonna take me being able to show up to all these races for starters. I'm really hoping I'm gonna be able to. Obviously, I missed the first race of the year, which kind of put me behind the 8 ball to start off. But I'm fighting. Obviously, I want to get back up there and fight him for the points. But we'll see. I'm gonna keep fighting hard, and I think I can do it if I show up to all these races.
Absolutely, buddy. Good luck to you. Congrats on your win tonight, and good luck to you in the rest of this season. As next week, we're right back here, but with the asphalt.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Yes, sir. Toby Kelsey, your second place finisher, is not in here right now, unless I'm overseeing his name. He is not. So we're going to move on to your third place winner or finisher, Ronnie Norman. What's going on, man?
What's up, Ronnie? How are you?
I'm doing good, brother. Well, you heard Brendan Jenks' side of things. How are you going to look forward to the second half of this season and keeping the rest of the field behind you?
Well, I know with having Brendan coming here, he's been battling me pretty hard. And with him missing the first week of the season, definitely helped me out with points wise because I know he'd be right up there with me. But we're doing everything we can. We'll definitely be here week in and week out to challenge for the championship and hopefully go back to back. But we'll see because Brendan's really tough right now. So luckily tonight wasn't a points paying race, so we dodged a bullet there. But had some fun ripping some dirt around Bristol. Was a little upset the top side never really came into work. I love running up against the wall, but everybody it was just a low line track tonight, and I hated running low. I'd rather be up high, but we made it work with what we could and was able to bring it home third.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be my next question. You were one of the first ones to immediately jump up to that high line. You and David Chandler, I'm not sure what he was doing on them restarts, but he was immediately forcing it 3 wide in the back there. But yeah, you were one of the first ones to go up to that high line. And you said it, that high line never came in. If you got too far up, but you didn't get into the wall, you're immediately coming right back down the track into the guys on the inside.
Yeah, a lot of the guys, if they went low, they got a lot of grip on the inside. So if you went high, you were able to carry a lot of speed, but they were just able to grip it coming out of the corners and get right up to you on your door coming down the straightaway. So didn't really work out that well. I mean, there was a couple there coming through the field. You had to run the high side and was able to get around some people, but running up front, you definitely had to run the middle to lower side to really keep up with Brendan and Toby there toward the end.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, congrats on that third place finish, and I can't wait to see what you guys have in store for the rest of this season here in season 3.
Thank you. Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Absolutely. And real quick, I want to go back to Brendan Jenks real quick. Something just popped into my head. I see you're still in here. What were your thoughts there with, I don't know, 3 or 4 laps to go? You had just caught the lap traffic of Alberto, and he just came right across your nose as you were trying to hold Kelsey off behind you. What went through your mind when you saw him coming right back down the track in front of you?
I need a new pair of pants. Yeah, that was a little scary. I just kind of hit the brakes and was hoping for the best. Kind of worked out.
Oh, yeah, I would definitely say it worked out. Moving on to your 4th place finisher, Cole Larson. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Ronnie?
You definitely had a wild race tonight.
Yep, I was a magnet. Literally getting in everything. People were spinning off of me or they were spinning in front of me and I was just smoking them.
Yeah, it was a wild race for a lot of guys tonight, and to be able to rebound and get a top 5, that has to feel pretty good heading into soon to be the second half of the season.
Yeah, I just hope I can keep this momentum going from here and see if I could start getting on a roll in top 10s.
Absolutely, man. Well, I look forward to seeing what you can do in the rest of the season. Currently sitting 11th in the standings. So good job on the finish tonight, and look forward to the rest of the season.
Yep, thank you.
Moving on to your 5th place finisher, Peyton to Luck. What's going on, man?
What's up, Ronnie?
You had a wild race tonight, especially in those closing laps. You and, excuse me, Stephen Henning. What a battle you guys had for the last, 20 laps.
Yeah, we had a really fun ending there, but shout out to Stephen Henning. We had a great battle there the last 20 laps. That was a lot of fun with him. But yeah, my race was interesting to say the least. I am not a dirt guy. This is my third ever dirt race on iRacing, and when I came in here tonight, I was like, I just kind of want to, not make any dumb mistakes and just kind of improve throughout the race. And 12th in practice, 7th in qualifying, and then ran top 5 actually a good bit tonight. So to fight for a top 5, I'll 1,000% take that. I know how talented guys we got in here. So for me to steal a top 5, I'm pretty proud of that.
Absolutely. Obviously, tonight is not a points-paying race, but 48 points behind Norman in the standings with one race left in the first half of the season, the longest season here in NEXXTCAR history. What's it going to take in this second half to get you back up there and battling for this championship?
Well, I won't lie. Trucks is probably the series I get to put the least amount of effort into in time, with it being Sunday nights in the summer. So I'm probably gonna miss some races, and that might sting. But the good news is for me is, we were at the home track tonight, and we get to race the good version of it next week. And I've had a lot of success at Bristol. Season 1 finished second, and then season 2 I was running second before getting a bad wreck. So I'm really excited for next week. We got a lot of tracks that I'm really looking forward to this rest of the season. So you never know. Get some momentum and make some races, and I could sneak back up in here.
Absolutely. Well, good job on that top 5 tonight, and can't wait to see the second half of the season.
Thank you, Ronnie.
Moving on to your 6th place finisher, Stephen Henning. Man, what an up and down race you had tonight, buddy.
Yeah, it was a blast from the start to all the way to the end. I never gave up driving.
No, you did not. You grabbed the pole. If I'm not mistaken, your second pole ever here in NEXXTCAR on iRacing. You got it last season in Canadian Tire, and then grabbed your second one here tonight. So here in the road courses and dirt, are you definitely a fan of those?
Oh, yes, definitely. I never used to be a fan of either of them, but I've grown to like them since I've kind of got onto iRacing for the road course side of things. But on dirt, I've been good on it since heat days.
Absolutely, buddy. You heard Peyton's side of things in those closing laps. Walk us through your battle with him.
Oh, it was awesome. I enjoyed every bit of it. I felt bad when I doored him there when we were battling, and then he got back to me and we raced it out clean there. So total respect to Peyton and a lot of these guys in this league, and it was a blast racing with them too.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, I look forward to the rest of this season with you, and I hope that you're able to make a lot of these races and find yourself back up there battling for a top 10 in these standings. This is the biggest field here in NEXXTCAR, and definitely got some top-notch guys. But good luck good race tonight, and look forward to the second half of the season.
All right, thank you, Ronnie.
Yep. And then moving on, last guy I want to talk to, actually 2 guys. I want to talk to 2 more guys here. The next one is going to be Christopher Thomas. What's going on, man?
What's going on, Ronnie? How are you?
I'm doing good, buddy. You had a pretty good race tonight. You found yourself leading quite a few laps tonight. How'd your race go?
Yeah, it went good. We started out back and started working our way up to the front, started 9th. And once I got up front, it was pretty easy to control that lead from being out front. And I was like, hey, we've done put like 70-something laps on my tires. I led there for 34. And I'm like, I probably better go put some fresh tires on to see what it does. And it was probably my worst mistake of the night was to give up that good track position. But you live and you learn, and being out front leading some laps was good for myself, and being able to race around some of the best with Brendan and Ronnie coming up there to me.
Yeah, absolutely. And you definitely gave them a run for their money. It's not like they just passed you and said, adios, amigo. I mean, you were right there battling with them. You weren't making it easy on them, and they sure weren't making it easy on you. But, yeah, great race for you tonight. How do you feel about the second half of this season here?
I feel good about it. getting some new stuff set up over here in the race center. So we're gonna see how it works out for myself.
Absolutely, buddy. Well, good luck and great race tonight.
Thank you, Ronnie. Appreciate it.
Yep, and the last guy we want to talk to is the man who is not holding back on these restarts. I mentioned it earlier. He was making it 3 wide on the outside. Well, that's just the one and only David Chandler. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
I'm good, man. You were
Did we
not
put on a
holding-
show?
What's up?
So did we put on a show for you?
Oh, you guys put on one heck of a show. It was a lot of fun, even with the 15 cautions tonight. It was an absolute blast. Absolutely enjoyed it. But your restarts, man, I'll be honest, those were moves I would not have made, but I don't think doing it, you caused any issues tonight, making it 3 wide.
Yeah, I'm kind of like Peyton. I'm not much of a dirt guy, but I've been dabbling in it here and there when I have the time and I'm kind of bored. And the races on the official side aren't anything in particular that I like to run, so I'll play around with it. And so yeah, we dive her down on there and on the outside and run it 3 wide, and we were able to hold it pretty good. Of course, we've gotten to a lot of issues as well, but we were just letting the beast out of the cage, bring back a little season 1, David.
Yeah, absolutely. And I told Nick in the pre-race, I was like, David's going to be one of those ones we're going to have to keep an eye on, because I mentioned it. I was listening to you guys and you were slide jobbing after slide jobbing after slide jobbing. And I was like, David's going to be one of those guys you're going to want to watch, and it's going to be entertaining tonight. And I'll be dang if I wasn't right.
Yeah, I told everyone before we started that all bets are off. I'm here to have fun. I'm not taking this seriously. This is kind of a step away from the points and able to kind of cut loose. I've all year I've been trying to take everything really seriously. We're number 3 in points right now. I don't know how far back we are from Ronnie, but it's
26.
not very. Yeah, 26 points. So we're not too far back, and we definitely make that up if we have some good runs. So it was just kind of nice, kind of cut loose and have fun and not have to take it too seriously. Hopefully everybody else out there kind of had the same idea and didn't get too ruffled up, man. But I'll tell you what, I was laughing the entire time.
Absolutely. And that's great to hear. I mean, several guys earlier mentioned it during their interviews, and then you just mentioned it, and we talked about it in the broadcast. It's great to see guys out there laughing, having fun, because, for 16 points paying races, someone somewhere with multiple people, they're going to have their issues. So to just be able to go out there tonight, let loose, have fun, and just go out there and it's all for fun, and it was great to see, no one was upset with each other, with all the cautions and everything like that. But the second half of this season, David, you're 26 points behind Norman. What's it going to take for you to get up there and battle for this championship?
Well, it's going to take a lot of skill and a good bit of luck as well. We got a lot of good guys in here between Brendan, Ronnie, Matt Tucker, Peyton. When he's able to put his time into the sim. And people surprise you on the road course. You got Steve Henning out there. He showed it tonight. He can do it on dirt. We don't do none of that points racing, but on the road side, he's just as good as he was tonight on dirt. So it's gonna be hard. It's gonna take a grind and putting in the time and the practice, and kind of like where Peyton was stating. I'm pretty good at Bristol as well. Been putting some good practice in there, and yeah, we're gonna need consistent top 5 finishes and maybe a little bit of luck with like Ronnie, not being able to make a race or hitting the wall and being taken out early or something like that. Because he's not going to make it easy. Neither is Brendan if he manages to show up.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, multiple different styles of tracks coming up that fit, multiple different drivers' styles. You mentioned it, Henning, very strong on these road courses. He showed it last season at Canadian Tire, getting the pole. And I mean, he was in contention to win. So yeah, it's the second half of the season is definitely going to be one to watch. But yeah, you guys put on one heck of a show, and great race tonight. You found yourself up front, you found yourself in the back, but you were able to work your way back up there towards the end of this one. So good race tonight, and I can't wait to see not only what yourself but the rest of this field can bring into the second half of season 3 here.
Yeah, appreciate it, Ronnie. Thanks for putting on the All-Star race. And I just want to give a big shout out to the guys on Red Line, Chris and Steve. They taught me a lot on how to run dirt to begin with. So, wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even gotten past 14th place. So, appreciate y'all, and thank you, Ronnie and Nick. So.
Absolutely. Well, folks, that is going to wrap up things here from your Season 3 Truck Series All-Star Race here at Bristol Motor Speedway. It's Bristol, baby, but it was the dirt track tonight. These drivers, it was iffy at times, but they rose to the challenge and actually provided some great racing, even with all the caution and pacing laps. But that is going to do it here for myself and Nick Trudeau from Bristol, Tennessee here for the Truck Series All-Star Race. Tomorrow night, it's the Cup Series turn for the All-Star Race. Not going to announce what their track and stuff is, but then next week, these truck drivers, they come right back here to Bristol, but this time for the asphalt. So definitely going to be a race you're going to want to tune in there. But that is going to do it for this one, folks. I hope you guys had a great Father's Day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and good night. Catch you guys next week.